found out my girlfriend was cheating on me while she was supposed to be visiting her family. What she didn't know was that I already had a quiet plan to make sure she'd be the one leaving. I'm Jake, 27, when this happened. My girlfriend and I lived together, and things had been rough for a while. One day she told me, I'm going to visit my family for a week. I just need some space. I said, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But a few days later, I was walking past a restaurant patio in town, and I saw her sitting there laughing with her ex. I stopped and stared. They were holding hands and smiling like they were on a date. My heart dropped. I quietly took a few photos with my phone. Then I just walked away and went home. On the way back, I kept thinking, okay, if this is how she wants to play it, I'll handle it my way. When I got home, I looked at my lease. It was month to month, but it needed 60 days notice. And one very important thing, the lease was only in my name, not hers. The next day, I gave my landlord my notice and started looking for a new place. I didn't tell her anything. When she came back from her family trip, she acted normal. Hey babe, I missed you, she said, giving me a hug. I just smiled and said, yeah, good to have you back. For the next few weeks, I stayed calm and distant. Sometimes she stayed out late and said things like, I'm crashing at a friend's place tonight. I just replied, okay, be safe. Meanwhile, my landlord and I worked out a quiet plan. New tenants came to look at the apartment, but only when she was at work or out with her boyfriend. Slowly, I packed up the things that mattered to me. Almost all the furniture was mine anyway. Every night, I kept thinking about that photo of her at the restaurant, and it reminded me to stay calm and stick to the plan. Then moving day finally came early. That morning, a moving crew knocked on the door and started boxing things up. She walked into the living room looking confused. What's going on? She asked. I calmly handed her printed copies of the photos I took at the restaurant. She looked at them and her face went pale. Jake, I can explain, she said quickly. I shook my head. You already did, I told her, when you lied. Just then my landlord stepped inside and said, ma'am, you're not on the lease. You have until midnight to move your things out. New tenants arrive in 2 days. She stood there in shock while the movers carried out my couch, my bed, and my tables. Soon the living room was almost empty except for a pile of her clothes and bathroom stuff in the middle of the floor. She looked at me and said, you planned all this? I shrugged and said, you planned your week first? And I grabbed my last bag, took one final picture of the room, and walked out the door, feeling lighter than I had in months. After my plan worked, she moved in with her ex in a 2-bedroom apartment, and that didn't work out between them either. They broke up, and she moved in with her parents. To this day, she asks close friends what's up with me, but my life improved while hers fell apart. I married my wife Emily, and my life has been much quieter since my ex and I broke up. Turns out, finding out she cheated on me was the best thing that ever happened to me.